guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Why You Should Have a Borrel Better Than Happy Hour. Well, happy hour is already quite cool. Most people love happy hour. So apparently Borrel is even better. I don't think I've ever heard that term in my life. But I'm excited to check this out. So come join me and comment, like, and subscribe.
It's a white beer. Oh, cheers. I thought there was nothing left in there. Today, we're diving into the ins and outs of the Dutch Borrel, a cozy social gathering built around drinks, snacks, and gezelligheid. We'll cover the unspoken rules, the classic bites, and what's actually in your glass.
River and I have fallen in love with the Dutch Borrels, and we are here with our friend Rowan today. What was it? The term you said? Vrijdag.
Vrijdagmiddag.
Friday night?
Vrijdagmiddag.
Friday
afternoon borrel.
The most salarymen do this on Friday with the colleagues.
Yeah.
Happy hour?
But a borrel you can do every day if you want to.
Yeah. We're doing it. It's Thursday today.
Yep.
Yeah, this is Mark's day off. So
We are at our favorite place. We're at the Botekou in Leiden. So
I always feel like this gentleman. I don't know who he is, but I wish I knew because I always feel like I'm hanging out with him when we come here. And
He done a lot of borrels.
Oh,
Is Borrel just like for adults that has to have a alcoholic beverage, or can kids enjoy Borrel?
Kids can join borrels too, but in environments there will be alcohol served.
sure.
So it's not advisable to bring your kid to this.
Well, you can bring your kids. Don't give them alcohol. But it's sort of a fika, probably similar to fika. Okay. Swedish.
In the U.S., happy hour is mostly about discounted drinks. You
Yes.
might enjoy them with friends, but chasing the deal is the focus.
We just made it in time to the Green Fairy Garden here at Caesar's Palace.
Oh my God, Caesar
to
Palace.
order a cocktail on their happy hour. We're just keeping it simple. Vodka cranberries.
Happy hours, like some U.S. states,
Vodka
are
cranberry.
banned in the Netherlands, as
Oh.
deep discounts can encourage binge drinking, especially among young people. But
Oh my
the
God, it's
Borrel
true.
protects the social connection.
That's crazy that they have to do that. Because people
over drinking
have
is not
drinking
really
problems.
encouraged during a borrel. It's about food and
Oh, okay, yeah.
if you can't talk anymore because you drank too much, you're not really creating those social bonds that are the prerequisite of Borrel.
more sense when they
This sounds a little bit like tapas, Spanish tapas, a little bit like that. It's sort of about, socializing and having a few snacks and drinks, but not to the point where you're blackout drunk.
that vrijdagmiddag borrel. The whole tradition. The office comes to have a borrel.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
they work from Monday to Friday.
Right.
And Friday is the last day, so let's unwind with
Yeah.
dinner.
Wine, let off steam.
Yeah. Let's go
Otherwise-
clear-minded to our weekend.
I want to point out the tulips in the table. It's such a Dutch thing.
I like that.
You have to unwind a little bit.
Yeah, that's what makes this more pleasant when we get home.
Yes.
Are like spinach cheese bitterballen.
Oh, bowl with spinach
You can
and
never have too
spinach
much
and cheese.
Yeah. So what are we
Absolutely.
getting, Mark?
I don't remember. Cheese.
We're getting cheese.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a cheese stick of heaven.
Mind your bite.
Oh, mozzarella
This one too.
sticks.
That cheese looks incredible.
It does. Is it Gouda?
I'm learning though to eat Dutch portions of cheese because I used to I would eat that entire piece.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm learning
Same.
now to slide it,
Little slices, and then slice it some more.
I would eat that whole
There
thing.
is a system of this cheese because I personally don't like the edge of it.
Yeah,
because
there
it's
is.
too rough.
Yeah.
It's too rough. So
It's
I cut
plasticky.
the edge of it. Whoa.
Yes.
Look at him
That
go.
works.
Look at him go.
Oh, it's a whole system.
All the edges off.
It's a door.
There's a lot of cheese on this, though. Look at that.
If you would
You want to nibble?
Actually, no. Just-
Yeah, we have some viewers who
we'll
would
say
be
for
very
later.
mad at us for
I'm sorry. I'm
wasting
sorry.
cheese
I'm
there.
sorry.
It just depends. Some brands you should eat. Others do not.
There we
Very
go.
good.
Little
That
cheese
looks like
cubes.
plenty for 3 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
When
Well-
they put it down, I was like, I could eat that by myself, but
I
now
could
that
eat the
it's
whole
done, it
thing.
actually looks like a good amount of cheese.
No, I could eat the whole thing alone.
I mean, her and I, when we don't feel like going out at times, especially in summer, we will set out a table outside and we will get food like this,
Incredible,
get a
yeah.
deck of cards, play cards, and have a borrel.
That's also a borrel.
It's
yeah.
a borrel. Oh,
A little drinking
Yeah.
margin.
Yeah, they don't want you
I
having to
love
lean
that
over.
tradition.
You can drink whatever you
Are you
want during
scared?
the
What is
Borrel,
it,
but beer
vodka?
and jenever are traditional. Having
What's
them
jenever?
together is called a kopstootje, or a headbutt. You can check out the history behind the Borrel and its jenever pairings at the Borrel Museum.
There's a
in
Borrel
Stegen,
Museum?
a hidden gem worth a stop. I learned there that the Borrel glass is not a tulip glass, but was traditionally called a telephone glass because it
Oh,
resembled an old telephone receiver.
I can see it.
Here, guys, you can have mine.
Yeah, but what is this?
I love the mustard too.
It's a great combination, yeah.
It's really cool. You guys want napkins? Whoa, whoa!
Ah,
Go.
I'll take that one.
On camera?
Throw
Well,
one.
first time you have
Looks good, but I need bread.
layer for yourself.
for my cheese.
Bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
And
like
then-
you're priming the pump.
Yeah,
You're priming the pump.
And
Okay.
we've had food.
Yeah.
Okay, there's plenty of,
We have a little layer build
a
up
little
here.
layer built up, guys.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Keep it coming.
Promise. we like having it at home. Is that a no-no? I mean, can we have it with each other, or can I just sit and have a Borrel by myself, or is it really?
Yeah, can you do it
Borrel
alone?
by yourself is a little bit weird, but
Yeah, it's strange.
It's just gotta be like
They do socializing.
community.
Community.
it's about
Yeah.
community, yeah, be together.
So otherwise, I'm just having a snack by myself,
you
can
getting
have-
drunk in the
you can have
afternoon.
A wild night by yourself, yeah.
You can
A
have
little, yeah.
food, but it's not boring.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
It has to
It's a
include
snack.
some kind of
gotta-
a snack.
Yeah.
But it also, it's you really to call it a Borrel. You're with
You need people.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
One
Very
time,
good.
which you've got to be aware of. One of the Borrel foods they have is fried cheese. And I made a big mistake once.
What?
The outside, after they finished cooking this thing, the outside of it was cool. But then I
Yeah.
bit into it, and it was like lava spurted out all over my
Molten
chin.
cheese.
And I had a scar for about a month.
wow.
So the moral is, okay, be careful,
Face yourself.
Patient.
be patient, and let it cool.
Well, mostly there's a correct order to eat this. Just bite the cap off, just
Oh,
wait
really?
a little bit,
Yeah,
and then eat them.
So you're
Oh!
ventilating first.
Ventilate it first, yeah.
Ventilate, that's a good way of putting it.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
Just get the cap off, just wait a bit.
I'm
You're just making a mess.
Oh, you're not burning your fingers.
making a mess and I'm ventilating.
So my confusion is that, so the Dutch like to plan ahead. They don't like any surprise visits, right? Usually.
Usually,
Yeah. So the Borrel is spontaneous usually after work.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
But they sell a lot of Borrel stuff in the grocery store.
I would assume you kind of, we know, hey, can I buy you over for Borrel Friday at 7?
Which means people are getting it for their house. So are they
Yeah.
having spontaneous Borrels at home too? Inviting
Or they're with their
It's more
families.
like a come over. This going out like we do now is like a bottle.
Oh, okay. So
It's
come over
like
is something
being together at another place,
Yeah.
Okay.
not in a home situation. But I can imagine you can do this at home.
Okay.
So come
not
over
common.
is slightly different from a Borrel then.
I think so, yeah. In my opinion, it is.
Okay. Wow, I'm learning.
he says so.
This is an
Monkey
education.
shirt.
Yeah.
And with drinks, which makes it an even better education.
Yeah.
Well, it makes a question. What is the etiquette for paying in a Borrel? Like
Do you
you're
go
out with
Dutch?
a bunch of
I mean, do you split it
office
like
people.
do tiki?
Mostly, yeah. Split it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
split.
Evenly.
Split it, yeah. If you're with 8 people, you get one big bill and then split it.
Split it
To
away,
8
so
people,
everybody
yeah.
pays for their own.
Yeah.
So one person puts their card down and everyone else tikis them the money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
But if one person of that 8 people orders like 7 tequilas for himself, I can imagine those.
And
He
there's
pays
always-
for his
There's
7.
always that guy that does just that.
There's only always one guy.
Rowan has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Formerly, I do live streams for gaming. My link is in the description. It's Pixelbeuker. It's a very Dutch name. I like very retro
What does it mean?
gaming.
It's so weird. I'm not,
Borrel.
the beer in that glass, I think it's weird because I'm used to the tall glass, not this sort of, I don't know, tulip-shaped cup glass.
Aftermath.
The aftermath.
Here we are at Cafe Barrera in Leiden, right on the Rappenburg.
And the famous resistance fighter, the Soldier of Orange, used to
Who
live
was-
right above here.
Who was that
So
guy?
it also has great historical significance. Just a stone's throw away from the
Okay, a
Petersburg.
famous guy.
So we got today, you've already seen us eat a few things, but today we're eating what they call the Amsterdamse plakje, which includes the
Amsterdam?
oudekas, traditionally served with mustard. And then we also have the Ossenworst, which is
that raw?
raw beef. It used to be made with ox. Oxen were the cheap meat back in the 17th century. So they would
Okay.
age it and then very, very slowly smoke it so that it stayed raw.
No.
But nowadays it's neither aged nor smoked, and it is made with beef.
But it's
and
still
that is
raw.
traditionally served with what they call Amsterdam onions,
Oh, okay.
Amsterdamse uitjes, which are pickled onions with turmeric and saffron.
Sounds great.
So using those exotic spices that the merchants used to trade in way back in time.
So is the idea
The raw meat on my plate, that's a step too far. The other things, great. I'm all in.
to take like the Ossenworst and take a bite of it and have an onion? I mean, is it supposed to complement?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
flavors.
it is raw, so it's not like a tartare. It's just mixed with spices, not egg or any
Because that's
filler.
what I was thinking is like beef tartare.
It's a
Yeah, no,
tartare,
it's,
yeah. but-
it's just the Ossenworst and a pickle. And they do a lot of pepper on it. Whole lot of pepper. So we have that. And then we also have the bitter garniture. Now, when
What
you
is
come
that?
over, you'll see many items that are just listed individually. But then we also have the bitter garniture, which is just like a mixed platter, a combination platter
great.
of several different hapjes or small snacks.
I know
that
what they
part of
are.
the Borrel tradition.
But they look good.
So we have the bitterballen,
Is that the spinach and
and
cheese?
the bitterballen is
So good.
it's so good. It's beef with a roux, and then they
Ah.
deep fry it so the roux just congeals.
It's sort of a
very very
meatball.
hot inside.
Yeah.
So
I make a mistake with these things because the outside feels cool,
You need to
and
ventilate
yet
it.
you bite into it. If you don't wait a little bit, you're going to burn your mouth. It's just the way it is.
yeah, so do wait a
So,
bit when you eat those.
yeah.
This one also comes with chicken nuggets, which isn't necessarily traditional.
Oh,
it just
oh,
depends on where you order your
For 1 second, I thought they were also Dutch.
bitter garniture.
Chicken
And then we
nuggets
also
were
have the
invented there?
vlametjes, which look like little wallets or spring rolls.
Oh, it's true.
These are made with chili pepper
Oh,
and
spicy.
minced meat. And a lot of things here in the Netherlands, they'll say it's spicy or pittig, and it's not for American taste. It's not very spicy. This one
Wow.
actually packs a bit of heat with it, so I love vlametjes.
I'm scared. Yeah, it depends on your
Personal
spice level.
These little guys here. The Costangle.
Now, the thing is that there's a lot of generic ones. The best ones are done by Top King, and you can tell it's a Top King if it has this stripe running on it.
What is
know
it?
that,
Yeah.
actually.
And they have a jonge kaas, and they also have an oude kaas.
Is this
The
fried
jonge has
cheese?
a green stripe, and the oude kaas has a brown stripe. So we have some oude kaas, which is my favorite here.
This is delicious. This is like my favorite snack in the world.
Now I want to have it right now.
These are going to be served with mustard, which is usually for like the bitter ball and chicken nuggets, and then some chili sauce, which is
Ooh.
sweet and spicy. And that one is very, very good with the Costangles. And you can just eat it the way you want.
Oh my God, that's good.
I love
incredible.
vlametjes.
Really good.
They even make a vlametje toasty. So they take that spreading and they put it in a toasty. Toasty for Americans is like a
Oh,
grilled
really?
cheese. And of course, you need your beer.
You need to have one specific type of beer, or you can just have brown beer, black beer,
So I
or
want to
whatever.
see what you think of the Ossenworst.
You mean the raw meat?
I couldn't.
I think it's delicious.
Okay, well, good.
Brochure out of this.
Have we
as
had this
well.
before? I think we have.
There you go.
So,
And then you got a pickle.
pickle with it too.
Yeah, wash it down with a pickle because the raw meat
Whoop.
is too
I
intense.
said, I'm going to take a little bite and
All right. Don't eat the paper. There you go. What do you think?
it's tasty.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not telling me it's raw meat, maybe I'll have it.
Well,
I don't know that it tastes good.
Yeah.
combining the two. It's a sweet onion, and it's a, kind of a spicy. You're right, they did. They put a lot of pepper in it,
Yep.
but not
Oh, it's very
a lot,
peppery.
not too much.
Just
And it
right.
actually tastes very, very nice, very, very tasty. Oh wow!
Might also see a Roquefort on a Borrel menu.
Incredible.
Which is a smoked sausage, smoked horse. But
Oh, they have actual meatballs.
we're ordering all this for you guys. We don't normally eat all of this together. This is very gluttonous.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Who cares?
But it will disappear
Yeah, well,
because I just got off work and I'm starving. So I could inhale all of it.
go to town. Sounds delicious. Oh, what? And everything looks good. So yeah, sure, eat it all. Well, now we have a Borrel. It sounds, again, I think it's really similar how a lot of cultures have, again, how it's funny, I think, with a lot of cultures have similar things. I mentioned fika and I mentioned the Spanish tapas as well, because they're, I know, the frame of reference that I have, they kind of remind me a little bit of this. And also, again, the happy hour in the USA. Although I think happy hour is just very different. I think in spirit, I think this is probably more similar to a tapas or to a fika. Because I think when it comes, again, the happy hour, I think the spirit of the happy hour, it's more, I mean, I don't want to say like they said, oh, you know, it encourages binge drinking. I mean, maybe not necessarily because it's not encouraging you to drink, you know, drink to death. No. But I think a lot of people overdo it just because, you know, they're telling you, oh, the drinks are discounted, either, you know, usually half price. So people are a little bit, oh, yeah, sure. So that means I can drink 20 drinks or I can have 10 drinks. Obviously, that's going to be, no, to the point where you're blackout drunk or you're just drunk to the point where you can't have a conversation. You can't stand up straight. Well, of course, that's not really, again, that's the spirit of the happy hour. It shouldn't, but a lot of people actually do this. Although I think it also depends. I think obviously it depends on your personality. It depends on, you know, where you are exactly. Because I think if you are, obviously with younger people, I think it's probably a little bit more common for them to, you know, enjoy happy hour and to overdo it. But I think if you go for drinks, you know, on an office, probably in an office environment, you know, in a workplace, you go for after work drinks and it happens to be happy hour. I mean, I guess, well, some people, it just depends. Actually, I'm trying to think. Yes, of course, some people are still going to overdo it. And even if it's a work environment and you're still, because it's after work, right? You're not in an actual office. So people are going to be, well, yeah, you know, give it coming. And, you know, they're going to get drunk. But it's more about, you know, that's really not the spirit. I think it's more about you're having fun and you're having drinks and you're talking. But you're not necessarily having something to eat. And it's not really necessarily about socializing. Although, again, in a way, I guess it sort of is. But that's really not in this spirit. It's not really the nature of the happy hour. It's more about the drinks themselves that are discounted. And again, everything else is sort of extra. You want to go because, you know, the happy hour, they have martinis half price or whatever it is. Or you have a very specific cocktail that's, you know, part of the happy hour. So it's more about that and less about let's connect. You know, that's the extra part. But I think, and obviously you can use it to connect. Of course, you can just have a conversation. But I think it's really not, you know, most people are not thinking necessarily about this when they're going to happy hour or when they're asking someone out for, you know, a happy hour. I think the difference is with the Borrel, and the Borrel, I think that's what I likened it to, you know, something in Sweden or in Spain, because I think it's more about connecting with other people and it's not really about the drinks themselves. And also, I think it's more about the food. I think the food is very important. I said, you know, I think fika, yeah, because fika, they don't have alcohol from my understanding. It's just coffee, but it's coffee and a little pastry, a little sweet, you know, a little sweet treat. And it's more about connecting, you know, it's more about sitting down and you may be connecting. Although I guess at fika, I'm not sure. Can you do this alone? Can you do fika on your own? I am not sure. So maybe it's not exactly like that because again, the point is sort of connecting. But I think maybe, yeah, tapas, going to go for tapas. It's kind of a little bit similar, I think. You go with your friends and you go, and it's about connecting. It's about having a nice time outside. Not necessarily you're having beers, but it's not necessarily, oh, I have to drink 10 beers. No, it's more about, hey, you know, you're enjoying, you're socializing. It's nice. The food keeps on coming. You have a lot of things, you know, there's a lot of of things you can snack on. So that really does remind me of that, especially I think the food part. It really does remind me of tapas. Obviously not because the foods themselves are super varied. They're not really similar. It's they have their own thing. But cheeses, they have in common cheeses, right? Both cultures have incredibly good cheese. So maybe that's really where the similarities start. They're not an end. It's not specifically the foods themselves are going to be different. But it's more about, again, it's a bunch of snacks. It's not as if you're sitting down and you're having a plate of pasta or you're having steak. No, you're not having that. The idea is for you to have a really, a plate and stuff we can share. We can snack on, and we can also have a few beers while we're also enjoying each other's companies. So it's really, again, it's sort of like tapas, I think, their own version. Well, depending on which one was the original. I don't want to start a fight. I don't want to start a war, whatever it is that started it. But it's sort of, it's the equivalent of this. And then, the fika, which I would say sort of the cousin of this, is, again, in a way, is not exactly the same thing, but it's very similar, I think, again, in spirit, as in let's enjoy yourselves. Because ultimately, even though maybe they're not outright telling you this, as in, well, obviously it's kind of silly to say, oh, what are the instructions? No, of course, it's not about instructions. You can do this any way you want to. And it's about culture, so you just sort of do it and that's it. But I think the idea, the unspoken idea behind this, is to sort of take a breather, right? Again, they're not telling you, hey, let's breathe now. Let's have, let's take our minds off the stress, the everyday stress, your everyday worries. No, of course not, as in they're not telling you this. But I think the idea behind all these things is about just sitting down, enjoying a meal, a drink, and socializing. So I think by that, it goes without saying you're going to forget a little bit about your life troubles or something that's bothering you. You're just going to come out of it a little more relaxed, which I think is obviously the idea and the whole point of this, is to sort of sit down and enjoy life. And by enjoying life, of course, you have three core elements when it comes to enjoying life, which is socializing, spending time with people you care about, or again, having just a nice time, just socializing, and having drinks, and of course food, which I think are three sort of cores of the emotional sort of wellness experience for almost every human being. So I really enjoy this idea of you can do this. Of course, the days, the times vary, but I love it. I think the idea, it's really funny how she was mentioning, can't you do, the Borrel by yourself? And he was like, not necessarily. I don't think you would call it a Borrel, right? Because otherwise you're just sort of, I'm having dinner with my little snack plate. I'm having some pickles and I'm having some cheese, and it's sort of, wow, and having a beer. That's not really Borrel. I think you need the idea behind this is, again, to sort of the socializing aspect of, you need other people to share this with. Otherwise, you're just having dinner on your own. And but I'm not having an actual dinner, as in, I'm not having a bowl of salad. No, but you're having a snack plate for dinner, which is different than Borrel, because Borrel involves other people by nature. Something that's really, and also he mentioned it, I mean, you can do this at home as well. I can invite you over for Borrel, but maybe it's a little bit strange. I think the idea, it's sort of going outside. You have to go outside. You have to go visit another place. You have to visit a restaurant. I don't know if this is in all restaurants. Are there restaurant, or is this a bar? Is there a place where you just borrelries? I have no idea. But again, the thing is, you have to sort of go outside you have to go and leave your house, which again, I think it's great. Although I will say, well, no, maybe that's really the point, right? I'm not asking you over for dinner. Like he said, Dutch people are very much of the, you're not going to show up unannounced. I think that's kind of rude in almost every culture, actually. You're not going to show up to someone's house, sort of, hey, I was in the neighborhood. Well, yeah, sure. Why didn't you call? I'm not inviting you over unless I explicitly tell you, hey, do you want to come over in, whatever, today, tomorrow, whatever. But it's sort of, if you're inviting someone over, apparently Dutch culture, I like that it's, you're inviting them for dinner, or you're inviting them for coffee, you're inviting someone over for lunch. I don't know, you're inviting them for something specific, but it's not when it comes to borreling, I don't know if that's a verb, but let's call it borreling. you have to go outside because it's also about you. Because even though some people love to entertain, and yes, of course, very valid, but ultimately you're going to have, there's a little bit of pressure on you because you're the host. So you have to be, you have to be, hey, is everyone having a good time? Is everyone comfortable? It's still, even though people that love it, they love doing this. I think the idea behind the Borrel is also a little bit of taking your mind off things and taking, the onus is not on you, the responsibility of making sure everyone has a great time. It's more about, you have to do the dishes, you have to take care of, do we have the things for Borrel? Do we have the beer? We have to get cheese. It's more about, it's less about hosting, I would say. It's more about, no, because of course, if you're doing this, outside of your house, no one's in charge of, hey, do I bring something? You call someone, hey, do you want pickles? Should I bring the bitter ball? And I don't know. It's sort of, no, it's fine. Someone else is going to do this because we're just going to go outside. We're going to go to a bar or to whatever Borrel is, Borrel is offered. So I like that. It's more about, yes, let's sort of take our minds off things. And I think ultimately, can you do this? Apparently you can do this with even kids. And although he was like, no, it's alcohol. There's alcohol involved. That you can take kids to bars. I know that it's a little bit controversial. It just depends on the kind of bar. It just depends on, the parents themselves as well. But just because and depends on the kid as well. Obviously, if it's just a bawling baby or a toddler or a kid that's really, doesn't really behave that well among adults, probably don't bring them to a bar, of course. But if it's a well-behaved child, I mean, why wouldn't you? They don't really, again, you're not forcing them to drink alcohol. You're just sort of having drinks and there's a baby there or, a kid and it's just going to be fine. I think most times, maybe not always, sometimes it's a grown-up, date and you want to be outside, with people of your, adults. But I'm just saying, not necessarily is the fact that it involves alcohol. Kids are forbidden to enter this place. No, I think it's fine. Although I know that some bars, it just depends. Some establishments do have the no kids allowed. But again, I think it's fine. I think you should relax. No one's giving alcohol to kids. And if you eat about disrupting everyone's experience or the people, the people are there, that they don't have to be subjected to, a baby that's crying because you think, oh, but it's for adults, right? I'm in a bar, I'm having drinks. But again, if it's just a well-behaved kid, no one's really going to pay attention to this. So I disagree maybe a little with this, although he said maybe it's a little bit strange, but you can do Borrel with your kids. I mean, it's not necessarily about alcohol because it's about enjoying company and enjoying each other's company. Although, again, maybe the kid's going to have water, orange juice, a Coke, I don't know. They're going to be having something else, obviously not alcohol. But I think what happens, because I'm wondering, if you are an adult that doesn't drink, how do you do Borrel? Can you just do Borrel, again, with other people, with other adults? But just water for me? It's fine. Are people going to look at you a little bit strangely? Or it's just fine, whatever. This is my friend, they don't drink, and it's fine, it's cool. I would assume it's cool, right? Because again, you don't have to force people to drink. It's if someone doesn't want to drink. And sometimes it's not even about, they don't drink. Sometimes it's just, I want to eat. I want to have, I want to enjoy the pleasure of our company, but I'm not feeling like drinking. It's fine, right? It's okay. It's okay. It's still Borrel. We can still Borrel, but I'm not drinking and it's fine. I would assume that's the case, but I don't know. I would love to know that's really how it goes. And of course, the Borrel situation, how it is, if it's just places that they have Borrel and that's it, or is just a bar? Is this a restaurant? What is the establishment that I could have Borrel? Is it offered everywhere? I would assume, right? Maybe it is sort of, yeah, you can have it everywhere. Except maybe some very fancy places in which you only have, the sit-down dinner and sort of a fixed menu and, it's, you can't really, there's not a menu that they offer to you, sort of the fixed place as in, first course, second course, sort of like like that. But I don't know, we'll really like to know because the thing is really, again, I would assume maybe people have the Borrel, if you live in a place and this is sort of in your neighborhood, you have the bar or the establishment in which to do Borrel probably, weekly. And this is, you're a regular and they know you and you know them. And I would assume it's like that. As in, again, when you have your neighborhood bar and people know you and you know them and you sort of, you create, relations with them. I would assume that's the case. More similar to actually just thinking about this, probably a pub, right? A British pub, which I understand it's something a little bit similar to this as well, as in, you create sort of the meaningful relations that you can have in said pub. And of course, if you're a regular, of course, people are going to know you. They're going to know you, maybe not by name, but they're going to know who you are, and you're going to say hi to them. So maybe this is like this. I would like to know, or this is all part of the experience, the Borrel experience is more about, no, I'm having Borrel every single, well, not every single day, but you can have it every single day, apparently. But no, it's, you're having this every single time in a different place, because the idea is also to sort of expand and, have it in many other places. And I don't know, maybe that's the case. I know what's part of the fun, but yeah, now I absolutely want to go there because it sounds great, mostly for the food. I wouldn't have the raw meat. That's just a step too far for me. But I'm down with the other things, absolutely. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!